to customers in Minnesota, but they could still ship out of state. So we'll talk about some of the steps that some business owners are taking to reverse this. And a huge day for anyone with Medicare Advantage plans, what you should know as open enrollment begins. Plus, the Vikings are hosting the Eagles at home on Sunday, but the team's leaders still are not saying who will be QB1. So we are still trying to figure it out, but until then, we're all waiting together.
That's right. And we're waiting on Chief Meteorologist Ian Leonard. He's going to tell us about the forecast. And yeah, you know what, right now, we're still like below average. Is that right? Okay, I feel like you want to say something.
Well, I feel like your favorite meteorologist might need just a little bit of love, because I mean, there's a lot of complaining going on.
Oh, were you complaining?
No.
Did the sun come up tomorrow?
Just assumes it, because I typically do.
Because it's chilly.
Today's my off day.
I always give Simone such a hard time, but that's because when we say we just tend to complain together.
Yeah,
well,
we do.
Misery loves company, right?
But you only hear the other person's complaints. You don't hear your own.
Very true. I'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, you will?
Back on schedule.
Yeah.
I'm not coming. Here you look at temperatures, mainly cloudy sky today. It was like you could reach up and tickle, coochie, just tickle the clouds. They were so low. That's your high temperatures in the 50s. Not much going, but as we begin to turn the winds, then we turn the forecast around 52 degrees, mainly cloudy. St. Louis City in the background. In terms of the forecast, few scattered showers overnight. Windy and warm in the next couple of days. Hang on to your hats and small free animals. That wind blows out of the south, takes temperatures up to near 70. But if you think that's going to hold, it won't. It'll be fake summer number 4, and then we can put those fake summers away as we go with a big average October trend next week. Did you like when we tickled the clouds? Coochie.
We did not.
Oh.
We're a little confused.
You need to work on your tickle sounds.
How did you? Coochie.
Nope, don't do
You
that.
gotta work on that one, buddy.
Okie dokie.
Thanks, Ian. All right, this week Edina Public Schools making a significant change to school policy. And it's one that other districts are really talking about now, too. They will now allow high school students to carry and administer naloxone. This is also known as Narcan, and it is used for opioid overdoses. Fox 9's Rob Olson live at Edina High School tonight. So, Rob, this is all because of a new state law recently went into effect, and it allows schools to make this decision for themselves, yeah?
Yeah, it absolutely does, and it's a revision of existing state law, one that took effect 2 years ago. Now, in that law that was already on the books, it required all schools, all districts in the state of Minnesota to have at least 2 doses of naloxone or Narcan at each school. Now, this past session, it was revised. It was added that each district for their high schools, grades 9 through 12, have the option of allowing those students to carry and administer it to other students. Again, not a requirement for districts in their high schools, but an allowance for districts to do this at their high schools. So this week, the Edina School Board passed this after a discussion last month that they would be, what the superintendent here says is really an early adopter of this new revision in state law to allow this.
And Rob, school board in Edina approved this just a couple of days ago. Then the district sends out a notice to parents. It sounds like they've made it clear they're saying this is not a reaction to any kind of a crisis or problem, although we know that there is an opioid crisis that does not discriminate here. So I'm curious, though, what the reaction has been like from families.
Yeah, and that's what he said. Again, he wanted to make very clear, because that could be a misconception here when you send out a notice like this saying that we have made this policy change. Again, trying to make clear that this is because of the revision in law that allows districts to do this, and they said they wanted to be proactive, that it is not reactive to any specific incident or crisis here, but simply about student safety. So I asked the superintendent today about the reaction so far.
It has been overwhelmingly positive. In fact, in all of the communications that I've received, we have not had one negative reaction. It has all been positive and appreciative about recognizing that safety is just not just about our physical surroundings and environment. And so we pride ourselves in leading this work and making sure that we're learning with and from our community. And again, keeping our kids and families safe.
And I asked him too, I mean, you know, have you heard from surrounding districts here, you know, that they're looking at this? And he said, you know, it just seems like many of them will be talking about this. They do consider themselves an early adopter in this. I reached out to the Minnesota Department of Education too. They have not tracked what districts have made this change. So this is one of the earlier ones that they've heard about. But through their website, they've got a lot of tools for schools, including draft policy language that's basically very similar to what Edina passed here for schools to follow suit if they want to have this discussion. Amy.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
Minnesota's low-potency THC businesses are worried their sales are about to go up in smoke because of a new state regulation. They are getting guidance from the Office of Cannabis Management about new licensing requirements. And one new rule seems to block them from shipping products. Fox 9's Corin Hoggard is live in St. Paul tonight. So, Corin, with all of this being said, what does this mean for some of these hemp shops?
Simone, it means they'll probably lose a lot of sales. The folks here at St. Paul Cannabis, for instance, ship a lot of their hemp-derived THC products, their gummies, their beverages, all that stuff. They ship it across the state, across state lines sometimes. Mostly, though, it goes to rural areas, and it's sent via the post office or FedEx or UPS. And now, though, as these new rules come into place, they have to get a hemp license with the state. Once they get that license, they can only make deliveries through licensed delivery services. And guess who won't be licensed delivery services? The post office, UPS, FedEx.
I don't quite see what we're going to be able to do, which it just means it could effectively end in-state shipping. So as a business, for our customers, we are going to send out emails and say, hey, we're not sure what's going to happen. If you want stuff shipped to you, maybe we'll run a small sale and just make shipping free on everything for a while and just stock everyone up and cross our fingers and hope for the best.
Oh, wow. So, Corin, there we talked a lot about shipping the products, but does this actually mean that consumers will then have to go to a store to buy any of the products like gummies or drinks, THC?
Yeah, I mean, that's one option. Sorry, as the fire truck goes by here. One option will be to go to the store. Another one is to find somebody who is one of those licensed delivery services, but that doesn't really help a lot of folks out in the rural communities. And strangely, one of the best ways for somebody who likes to get their THC products delivered, the best way to keep getting it is to just order it from out of state. You know, this is a federally legal product, so there's nothing that the Office of Cannabis Management can do to stop companies from Wisconsin or California or Colorado or anywhere else from shipping these products into Minnesota. All they can really do is tell a licensed Minnesota company that they're going to punish them if they don't follow the rules.
In court, a lot of these businesses have been operating for a few years now, and I'm sure they're fighting to keep it. So what happens if they lose this business, and can they actually do anything about it then?
Yes, Simone, they are trying to do as much as they can about it. They're talking to us. They're talking to the Office of Cannabis Management. They're talking to attorneys. They're saying that they may actually file litigation if OCM tries to enforce these rules. You know, as you mentioned, these companies have been around for a long time. This guy's been here a while. I talked to the owner of Mini Grown out in Cannon Falls. He's been around since 2020. He's built a pretty big business with a lot of employees, and he said this is going to cost him 20% of his business. He might have to cut staff, and so that is something a lot of folks are looking at, maybe even moving out of state as well.
Oh, wow, and certainly feeling the impacts. Corin Hoggard reporting live in St. Paul tonight. Thank you, Corin.
If you have a Medicare Advantage plan, today is a really important day for you. Open enrollment begins for Medicare, and many people will lose their Medicare Advantage coverage in the first of the year. UCare, for example, if you have it through UCare, they're dropping all Medicare Advantage plans in 2026. Other health insurers are dropping it just in certain counties. Really important to note, though, no one is losing Medicare. You will have original Medicare no matter what. We're talking about the Supplementary Advantage Plan here that's going away for some folks. So again, starting today, you can make these changes to your plan, your Medicare plan, so that hopefully you have all the coverage you need starting in the new year. And you want to make those changes by December 7th so that your coverage will start on time January 1st, although there is a grace period from January through the end of February if you need it. We've been covering this extensively on All Day Live. We've started Medicare Mondays, where we answer your questions live on the air with the Medicare product manager. Segments, interviews available on our website, fox9.com. Lots of resources there. This is so confusing for so many people. So please just call the number on the back of your card, no matter what. If you have Medicare, just call that number and find out what changes might be in store for you.
All right, let's talk about the weather right now. Not the prettiest day out there today. Pretty cloudy. Not a lot of rain, just cloudy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What? I told you the complaint department is closed today.
No, I mean, you crystallized my thoughts perfectly. I don't have anything left to say.
Oh my God.
You did it. Good job.
I get an A for the day.
Yes.
No, I know. I don't give A's. I'm a hard grading prof.
All right.
I'll take the B+.
Let's not get carried away.
Wow.
Okay. Let's
C, average.
We'll wait and see how the final grade comes out on this. Okay. Scattered showers possible overnight tonight. These will be extremely hit and miss. Not everybody's going to get them. And as we talk about windy and warmer conditions over the next couple of days, we'll still keep at least some cloud cover around. There's the scattered showers overnight. Here's where we wake up Thursday morning. You'll start to notice these clouds slowly pulling apart. Watch as we head into the afternoon. Plenty of cloud cover pulling apart. There may be a scattered shower around, but for the most part, it is a windy and warmer forecast tomorrow. That wind out of the south at 20 to 30 miles per hour, and we'll keep the windy and warm conditions around at least into the day Friday. Then you start to look long range, and you're like, October. What are you going to do?
Yeah. I'll do the sound effect for you. You know.
Or it could be,
Okay, we need to work on your sound effects today.
What did
Between that and the no, don't do that.
Please
okay,
stop.
Please stop.
The first time you did that, I almost lost it. I fell out of my chair.
She did.
because that's how you do the coochie coochie coo.
It is not.
It's not.
And we don't need to say those
We
words.
are going to talk about this.
Okay.
I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Okay, Charo. I forgot to do that. All right, MEA weekend has kind of turned into MEA week nowadays. Regardless, it's one of the busiest times at the airport at MSP. So how the airport's handling that rush and what these passengers are experiencing, especially amid this government shutdown.
Plus, the Vikings facing the defending Super Bowl champions on Sunday. Ahmad Hicks will join us with what head coach Kevin O'Connell is saying about the starting quarterback.